Hello everyone, I'm Abhishekta from United Way Bengaluru. Welcome to the Fireside Chat. For those who do not know about us, United Way Bengaluru is a not for profit organization and we are a 13-year-old organization. We are a part of United Way Worldwide, an international network which exists across 47 countries. We work across four verticals: environment, education, livelihood, and healthcare. Today, I'm joined by my colleagues Arijit, Basu, and David Kumar. Arijit and I will take the conversation forward with David. David comes with an extensive experience on environment. He leads the environment vertical of our organization, and he's the man behind many interesting projects. So, as we move ahead, we'll get to hear about some of the very significant projects that we do in the space of environment. Welcome, David. Welcome, Arijit.
Thank you, Abhishekta. So we have today David Kumar. I think he is one of the veteran in terms of the environment vertical for United Way Bengaluru. Just to give a heads up for all the audience that apart from the environment, we also deal or rather intervene in the areas of education, healthcare, and livelihood. So as we are speaking on a very, like a very important and a significant day, that today is the Conservation Day, World Conservation Day. So I would like to take in some inputs from David in terms of his understanding throughout his entire experience and how this has been like, like a lot of destruction has been happening, a lot of usage and a lot of, like not being taken care of the nature while we are progressing. So your inputs on this, David, will really help us.
Good morning, Abhijit and Arjit. We are all aware that in the last 50 years, this globe is undergoing a tremendous change. There is a greater advancement of technology leading to massive production of things. And that is propelled by the human lifestyle, the desire to own more, to buy more, which you call it as the chronic consumerism. That is no more fulfillment of day-to-day simple needs, but it's beyond that. It's not by just having 3 meals a day, but it is beyond that. That every individual today is requirements, its needs and wants are defined by the market forces, which will motivate or which will tempt us to buy things more. This only puts pressure on the earth, which is actually a fine ecosystem within itself. And to disturb that, there is an ample technology, a massive technology that is available today. You can destroy any mountain within few hours. There is a technology. You can mine anything today within few days. There is a technology today. Though science and technology can boast itself of the advancement, but if you look at the Earth and this ecosystem, it has gone negative in the sense we have already lost more than 30 to 40% of the resources which cannot be replenished again. Yes, today that the government or each individual there is the least priority for the sustainability. Though there is that little bit of awakening is coming in the very last, maybe in the half decade or so. But in the last 40-50 years, that sense of sustainability was definitely missing across the globe, and we are paying the price today, wherein we see lesser greenery, lesser water bodies, no clean air, having an impact on the human health. I would say it's a time now for all of us or every individual to look at his own, his or her own individual lifestyle and individual actions that are actually leading to the destruction of the nature.
Right, David. So, like this is a very concerning situation for all of us. And, like we would all like to really know about, United Way Bengaluru's approach or other interventions towards such, like protection of the ecosystem, and like what all major flagship things that we generally are doing in the United Way Bengaluru to address the concern.
United Way Bengaluru is very uniquely positioned. If you look at the United Way worldwide network, there are main three verticals: education, health, and livelihood. But United Way Bengaluru uniquely took birth by positioning itself in the environmental vertical. We began our chapter by launching Wake the Lake campaign, a very special name given to us by one of the volunteers from Deloitte and the board that sat together for a discussion, which was all about restoring the dying lakes in and around Bengaluru city. As you all know that Bengaluru had 1,000+ lakes once upon a time, about a century back, and we have lost them gradually year on year in the last 60 to 70 years because of the massive urbanization, expansion, population inflow to the city, the migration that has happened. So we have lost them. Now, as a response, United Bengaluru took upon a mission called the Wake the Lake to restore the dying lakes in the city. And we have already attempted and restored about 35 lakes in collaboration with the Bengaluru Brahat Mahanagarapalika, shortly called as the BBMP, which is the government body responsible and a custodian to keep the lake bodies alive and protected. And while they do the heavy lifting of the lake restoration, United comes in with a special activities, that is the biodiversity enhancement by massive plantation of the very unique species which are locally natively was available and now they're missing, and by community engagement. When I say community engagement, it could be the people living around the lake, the corporate volunteers, the city thought leaders, the government agencies, and the various other interest group who are having one single thought of protecting the lake. So this is one of the unique role that United Way has been playing, and it is now diversifying itself into the forest project and to the 1 billion drops, which is all about saving the rainwater, which is every year getting lost in Bengaluru.
I think,
David, I heard the term, communities, that you've in all our programs, the communities are involved. I'm curious to understand a little more, like how do you create this awareness among communities? How do they come in? How do they participate? So if you can just share a little more about these.
yeah.
Community is the soul of United Way network and its culture. Our mission is mobilizing the caring power of the communities around. Wherever we are positioned, our existence is meaningful only when we have engaged or impacted a community where we live around. So in Bengaluru, for us, the community is the household, every individual, every department, the corporate volunteers, every individual that who is living in this city, who is benefiting from the city, or who is responsible for the good and bad of the city. We call them our communities. So from day one, we engaged in a very active community called the Bengaluru Environmental Trust, who had a special thought. We had a very long journey of protecting the heritage trees, protecting the water bodies, especially the lakes in the city, and they were our starting point. And they had a very influential role to bring in several other individuals who had a similar dream in their mind to restore or to protect this dying lakes in the city and to restore the greenery of the city. So that term got extended. We brought in over 1 lakh of corporate volunteers, which we again call them a community because they live in our city. And the other community is the neighborhood, the lake, the lake neighborhood community who use the lake for walking or to get their borewells recharged indirectly, or maybe once upon a time they were the agrarian community who were actually cultivating in their paddy fields or for their livelihood. They are the communities where we form an association, and they become a very important role players in the long run. Once United Way exits from the lake, it is they who actually take it forward, the work, by interacting with the government, by interacting with the various other people who are interested in the lake. So we call them a community. And thirdly, the government department. they are very key to us because we call them the primary custodians to protect the water body. So that way we have touched upon the primary and secondary stakeholders and the general community that are living around. So that is where United Way's role is uniquely defined. Not merely bringing the money to the table, but also bringing the interest group to the activity that we do.
I think
These are certainly stories of hope that, it's in our hands. We citizens ourselves can bring a lot of change.
Yes.
absolutely. David, I believe United Way Bengaluru, all the interventions are, very scientific and very much, rooted to the cause. So I would also like to understand in terms of, we have a project and we have a number of policies attached to it. So if we, for example, if you're exiting for a project, like we are saying that it is over and it's finished. So how do we ensure that they are sustainable and who takes the responsibility going forward to it?
Sustainability is very much built right from the concept note and in the proposal and throughout the activities that we carry out. So what makes a project sustainable is the beneficiary who is going to use it becoming part of the project. So therefore, right from the what you call the need assessment or the pre-launch, we engage the community who are going to be the direct beneficiary of the project. When we go into, let us say, a forest project, so we ensure that the department is involved, because once I exit, the department has to take forward the work that is there. When I walk into the horticulture department related work, I engage the department and its officers, who are going to be responsible to keep that work alive. Similarly, when I do a lake, I have the lake community who is responsible. I engage them from day one, so that they understand the objectives, the goal and vision, the mission, and every activity, every plan of United Way. So once they've understood, once they've been sensitized, once I exit, so they automatically take forward that passion, take forward one way or the other. They speak the same language once we exit. So therefore, I would say that all of our United works have a very well built-in sustainability plan of engaging the stakeholder from the day one of the journey and handing over in a proper way, in a very meaningful way, that that project is taken forward.
David, yeah, briefly, if you could just tell us a little more about the 1 billion drops initiative. The name itself is so interesting, 1 billion drops. So, briefly, if you could just share about the initiative.
1 billion drops is a new campaign, though the concept is quite an age-old one. So traditionally, our forefathers had their own method of saving the runoff rainwater. They had a small pond shape or a small chuckware, etc., basically to stop the rainwater and allowing the earth to just to drink it, what you call it, percolation method. So today we have given a proper shape to it, a proper structure using the engineering technology. It is actually 12 feet deep, 4 feet dia, with a proper strong rings reinforced and a mesh placed and a lid closed, so that nothing falls inside other than the rainwater. So we call it in a full term percolation wells project, so which are launched about a year back with the goal of restoring the ground water table of Bengaluru city, because today we have already hit about 1,500 to 2,000 feet below, and most of the citizens are suffering because there is no groundwater available for their daily use. So this project aims to create 10,000 percolation well across the city. When I say city, the only space available today is the military campus. Next to that is the BBMP parks. When I say BBMP parks, we have 1,300 BBMP parks, which is very uniquely for Bengaluru to call ourselves a city of the garden city. So we have taken the journey of this 10,000 percolation well making, which means in the next 2 or 3 years we'll be completing this 10,000 percolation well, which means every year we are going to save about 1 billion liters of rainwater, which is a very large large volume, which would otherwise get run off or get evaporated. Each of these well can save about 128,000 liters of rainwater. Multiply it by 10,000, we actually cross 1 billion liters plus rainwater, which is a great hope, and it has excited the departments, the forest department, the horticulture department. So every government officer that we go and talk to, they are excited. They say this is a project, that we were actually looking forward. And where we have done a sample, that is Lal Bagh, already we have seen 2 meters of rain groundwater going up, which is an enormous thing. And all the borewells in Lal Bagh are doing so well. The university project where we are done, we recently dug a borewell, and the drill machine could not take the force of the water that actually oozed out from the well. I mean, it was going more than 50 feet above the earth, like a spring. So this all a hope that this percolation method is going to help our city. And United Way is very much committed to do this 10,000 and plus percolation well to save the rainwater. We have about 59 rain days in Bengaluru, which is about 970 mm of rainwater, which is a decent one for the city to save water and keep it as the as a storage, what we call it as the water bank for the city.
I think that is great, David. Like in terms of we take a lot of pride when we say it's a garden city, Bengaluru, and to keep that thing, that pride alive, I think these steps are very much required to be taken care. And we from United Way are really glad that you are heading this project and this has been very well taken care of. So I would like to also, how are you increasing the sort of awareness among the citizen, maybe the youth nowadays, because in our country, we are having a lot of youth. So youth and the children who are the leaders for tomorrow. So how are you increasing the awareness with them? Or rather, how are you holding hands or tying them up for this particular projects?
Yeah. So when I said over 1 lakh corporate volunteers, they are all the youth. Most of the youth for the first time have learned how to plant a sapling. Most of them had not learned. For the first time, they have planted a sapling in their life. And most of them, for the first time, have actually seen an urban lake, which they could not believe in their eyes. And I would say, I mean, this is the hope. In the last, I would say, in the last 10 years of United Way journey, so one of the segment that is, proactively coming forward for conservation is the youth, and next is the children. So there's a lot of awareness actually built in the textbook itself. Today we go into most of the textbooks. There is one chapter on the environmental conservation. There is a language used to restore, to protect, to save the nature, to plant a tree. So that way, there are very systematic steps from the government bodies, and even in our own families today, we tend to tell children not to cut a tree, to plant a sapling, etc. So there is a growing awareness which United was definitely harnessed. We have definitely engaged, and there is a long journey. There is a lot of plan to bring in children, what we call it as the little lake keepers. Already the thought and the plan is already in place, wherein we'll be bringing the government children. I mean, only because of the COVID, we were not bringing them actively to the lake or the other project. From now on, we will be definitely bringing them to the project, to the percolation well project, to the Lal Bagh, because there are a lot of signage and awareness for them to learn from that, so they'll be the one segment. Secondly, the youth, and definitely our own corporate youth, maybe the college. So we have Student United Way, where there are a few hundred or thousand college students who are there. So this learnings are going to reach them, and and it's going to be percolating into their mind, how we can be all responsible to conserve rainwater, to conserve our water body, and how to save our the greenery in the city.
Fantastic, David. It's a fantastic way that United Way has charted this entire thing out in terms of the planning and the execution and the current work that is going on all around. Thank you, David. Thank you for joining with us for this special day, and enlightening all the audience and us on the kind of work that is being going around, and the kind of challenges that are there outside the ecosystem that we are facing right now, and how we are dealing with it with all with fantastic outcomes are also there along with this. So along with this, I would like to thank both of you, like David Kumar from our side, who's heading the environment vertical, and Abhishekta Roy for joining us for this fireside chat. You know, like a lot of information, I believe my audience will gain from this thing. A lot of, you know, like interesting words has also been used in terms of percolation pits and other things that are there that they can definitely Google it out. And I would also like to thank, on our behalf, all the corporate partners who have had faith in us so that we are going ahead and, you know, executing all the projects one by one. So I would like to also ask the audience to join the cause in terms of volunteering, and also a big shout out to all the corporate partners so that they can reach us and for some responsible, you know, and measurable CSR initiatives that we do from United Way Bengaluru. And also we are very social, so you can always find us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and all the other social media platforms anywhere. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Abhijit and Abhishek.